There is a famous narration by the great companion Abdullah bin Masud. He describes that when a person is placed in their grave, the punishment tries to approach from the direction of the feet. But the feet say, "Let us journey back to a dusty trail outside of Medina." A group of Sahaba companions were traveling and decided to pitch their tent for the night. They chose a spot that looked like ordinary desert ground. But as one of the Sahaba began to drive a peg into the earth, he heard something that made his blood run cold. The hidden secret of Surah Al-Mulk, the first verse of the surah says, did you notice the sequence? Allah mentions death before life. Every philosopher and scientist starts with life and views death as the end. But the Quran views death as a creation. Death is a door, it is a transition. By mentioning death first, Allah is forcing us to look at the finish line before we start the race. If you knew you only had 24 hours left, would your arguments matter? Would your grudges matter? The purpose of this creation of death and life is one thing, to test which of you is best indeed. Note that Allah didn't say who does the most deeds. He said, who is the best. In the scales of the divine, 1,000 prayers done for show are worth less than a single tear shed in the middle of the night out of pure love for Him. This is the concept of ikhlas, sincerity. In your video of life, are you the main character or just an extra? Are you acting for the audience of people or for the creator of the script? This surah strips away our masks and asks, when the lights go out, what is left of your deeds? Allah then takes us on a journey through the ceiling of the world. He tells us to look up. Look again, He says. Do you see any flaw, any crack in the fabric of space? Think about the precision of the universe. If the earth were a few miles closer to the sun, we would burn. A few miles further, we would freeze. The stars are held in their orbits by invisible chains of gravity. The birds stay in the air, folding and unfolding their wings, held up by nothing but the mercy of the most merciful. Now, here is the connection, and this is the part that should make your heart tremble with hope. If Allah can manage the orbits of 1 billion galaxies, if He can ensure that a tiny bird doesn't fall from the sky, do you honestly believe He will let you fall when you are in the grave? Do you think the one who keeps the sun burning for billions of years cannot light up a 6-foot space of earth for a believer? The cosmic perfection is proof that you are in good hands. The same power that holds the heavens together is the same power that will hold you together when your body returns to dust. Now we come to the Barzakh, the veil between this world and the next. There is a famous narration by the great companion Abdullah bin Masud. He describes that when a person is placed in their grave, the punishment tries to approach from the direction of the feet. But the feet say, "You have no way here, for this person used to stand on us to recite Surah Al-Mulk." Then the punishment tries to approach from the head. But the tongue says, "You have no way here, for this person used to use me to recite Surah Al-Mulk." The Prophet Muhammad told us that this surah will literally argue on behalf of its reader. Imagine that. On a day when your tongue might be tied by fear and your hands are trembling, this surah becomes your lawyer. It stands before Allah and says, "O Lord, this person recited me faithfully. Either let me intercede for him or take me out of your book." And Allah, in His infinite mercy, never removes a word from His book. This is why the Prophet Muhammad said, "I wish that Surah Al-Mulk was in the heart of every believer. It is the light that refuses to go out." When the noise of the world we talked about in the beginning is gone, and the heavy silence of the grave sets in, these 30 verses begin to glow. They become your conversation when there is no one to talk to. They become your warmth when the earth is cold. As we end this journey today, look at your life through the lens of these 30 verses. We are all travelers. We are all just passing through. The Prophet Muhammad never went to sleep until he had recited Surah Al-Mulk. It was his nightly ritual, his insurance policy for the soul. Let us journey back to a dusty trail outside of Medina. A group of Sahaba companions were traveling and decided to pitch their tent for the night. They chose a spot that looked like ordinary desert ground. But as one of the Sahaba began to drive a peg into the earth, he heard something that made his blood run cold. From beneath the earth, a voice was reciting the Quran. It wasn't a ghostly wail. It was a beautiful rhythmic recitation of Surah Al-Mulk. The companion realized he had accidentally pitched his tent over an old forgotten grave. He sat there, frozen in awe, as the voice from the earth completed all 30 verses. When they returned to the Prophet Muhammad and told him of this miracle, the Prophet Muhammad smiled a smile full of divine secret and said, "It is the protector. It is the deliverer. It delivers the dweller of the grave from the punishment of Allah." Think about this. The man in that grave was not dead in the way we understand it. He was alive in the world of Barzakh, and his favorite surah was still his companion, keeping him company in the solitude of the earth. This story teaches us that the Quran doesn't just benefit you while you have lungs to breathe, it follows you into the soil. Scholars of Islam tell us a staggering detail about this surah. On the Day of Judgment, when every soul is crying nafsi, nafsi, myself, myself, Surah Al-Mulk will take a physical form. Imagine a person whose sins have weighed down their scales. The angels of punishment are ready, but suddenly a brilliant light appears. It is the 30 verses of Surah Al-Mulk. It stands between the person and the punishment. The hadith tells us that the surah will dispute with Allah. It will say, "O my Lord, this servant of yours used to recite me every night. If he is to be punished, then remove me from your book, for I cannot be in your book, and my reciter be in the fire." Allah, the most merciful, loves the Quran so much that he accepts the plea of the surah. This is the secret of intercession. While we are busy looking for lawyers in this world for our petty disputes, we are ignoring the lawyer who can save us from eternal fire. This surah is loyal. It doesn't leave its friend until it sees them safely through the gates of paradise. Why is it called the King Al-Mulk? Because the root of all human suffering is the false belief that we own something. We argue over land, we fight over money, we get arrogant over our beauty. In this surah, Allah asks, "Who created the 7 heavens, one above another?" He challenges us to find a flaw. He then points to the birds. Do they not see the birds above them, spreading out their wings and folding them in? None upholds them except the most merciful. Islam teaches us that when you realize you own nothing, you finally become free. The secret of the protector is that it humbles the heart. A humble heart cannot be punished. When you recite Tabarakallazi biyadihil mulk tonight, you are performing a spiritual reset. You are surrendering your stress, your ego, and your pride to the true owner of the universe. When the angels ask in the grave, "Who is your Lord?" the person who lived the message of Surah Al-Mulk will have no trouble answering. Their heart is already tuned to the frequency of the King. The great scholars of the past, like Imam al-Ghazali and Ibn Kathir, emphasize that the secret only unlocks with consistency. It is not a magic spell to be read once and forgotten. It is related that some of the pious predecessors Salaf would feel a deep sense of anxiety if they ever missed their nightly recitation. They saw the night as a training ground for the grave. Sleep is the minor death. When we sleep, our soul leaves our body. We don't know if it will return. By reciting Surah Al-Mulk before sleep, you are essentially preparing your soul for its meeting with Allah. If you die in your sleep, you die with the protector as your last words. If you wake up under the protection of the King. Imagine the peace of mind. While others are scrolling through social media, filling their minds with the envy and noise of the world, You are filling your soul with the architecture of the heavens. You are building your home in the Barzakh before you even get there. We started this story in the darkness of the grave. We ends it in the light of divine mercy. The 4,000 words we have shared today are just a drop in the ocean of what this surah truly holds. Every time you read it, a new secret will be revealed to you. A new layer of peace will settle over your heart. The hidden secret of Surah Al-Mulk, the first verse of the surah says, "Blessed is he in whose hand is all dominion." This secret teaches us that the power, wealth, fame, and authority of this world are all temporary. The real control and absolute kingdom belong only to Allah. The secret of Surah Al-Mulk is this: whoever recites Surah Al-Mulk sincerely and applies its message in their life, this surah transforms their thinking in this world and becomes their protector in the hereafter. And the hidden reality is, the secret of Surah Al-Mulk is so powerful that once you understand it, you will want to recite it every day. This surah is not just meant to be recited, it stands as a protector for you in the darkness of the grave. Don't let another night pass where you are uninsured. Don't let your grave be a place of loneliness. Start tonight. Open the book. Let the 30 verses wash over you. Let the mania shield you. Let the waqiah defend you. Remember, the world will forget you. Your friends will eventually stop visiting your grave. Your name will eventually be erased from memory. But Surah Al-Mulk, it will never forget you. It will sit by your side, it will light up your darkness, and it will hold your hand until you stand before the King of Kings. This is the secret. This is the promise. This is Surah Al-Mulk.